Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear, and today we're checking out the FW3A in brass. So why are we doing this now, 5 years after the FW3A has been released? Well, I had a few people talk to me about the newer Lumintop FW3A, so I figured I'll just run over this light because I don't own the FW3A, and they're pretty similar. The output's almost the same. It's got the same LEDs, the same optics, a pretty similar driver, except for the FW3A is slightly smaller than the FW3A, but the FW3A is an amazingly small light. And if you don't get it in the brass model, because this model is obviously, it's pretty heavy, it only weighs like 60 grams. That's friggin' amazing. These lights are awesome. Yeah, so, I should also say Happy New Year, and I hope everyone had a safe and enjoyable holidays, and yeah, this is the first video of 2024, so let's get this year cracking, I reckon. I can really only review the one that I own, although I would really like a FW3A. Maybe I should get one. But then what do I do with this one? So we'll talk about this light for now. So this light, I brought it with a Nishia, 3 Nishia 219C. So this is a triple, as you can see here. And it's under Carlco 10511 optics, and also a AR coated lens. So although this light is incredibly small, you can pack all of that in here. It's quite amazing. I don't know if I said it yet, but the 219Cs are in a 4000K tint. And, you know, you can see the AR coating there. Quite nice. And these look like frosted optics. I'll see if I can get it to focus some. Yeah, it's focused enough there. Pretty cool. Being a light made by the Forum, it is using Anduril software. I know I don't know what my FW21 Pro is using. I don't even know what version this one is, but I think the FW3A is using version 2 of Anduril. So in case anyone's kind of wondering, right, this light is tiny, but this one is fairly heavy. It weighs 120 grams because it's made out of brass. But to be fair, the normal one, aluminium version, only weighs 61 grams, but they're the same length, and they're 92.5 mils long and 25.2 mils in diameter. So you can see it there compared to a S2 Plus, how much smaller that it really is. And the heads are pretty similar. I think the FW3A is slightly bigger head. I don't think I'm going to bother pulling apart this light, but I will say these are beautifully made lights. No matter which FW series that you get, even the FW21 Pro, like the head actually comes apart here. And there's no way that you guys can even see that there's a gap for the head to come apart. But look, watch this. I actually shine mine up, so it's pretty slippery. And there. That's how well the bezel fits in here. Like, these lights are superbly made. The switch is on the back, and it's an E-switch. It's not a mechanical switch, which is kind of a pain. Like, it has caused issues in the past. And my FW21 Pro does get a few issues with the tail cap, but I'm pretty sure Lumintop has worked those out by now. So you just put it on, and because it's got Anduril, you can use your ramping or whatever modes you want. It's completely up to you. So these are beautiful looking lights. Quite stunning lights. The FW3A is still somewhat durable. It's IPX8. This one is probably never going to see the outside world. Well, we're going to take it outside now, but the only water it's going to be keeping out is the polish that I used to make this so damn shiny. So it's using, the driver should be pretty similar between the FW3A and the FW3A. Even the driver I have in the FW21 Pro is pretty similar to this driver here. So if we take it apart, or at least undo the head, not do the head, you'll see a bunch of 7135 drivers there. So up until 3 amps, just about 2.8 amps, this driver is a constant current driver. Then it switches to the FET to give you more output. So you should be able to get about 12 amps. And with these Nishia 219Cs in the 4000K tint, I measured at startup. It was pretty good, actually. Quite surprising the amount of power that you get from them. I wrote it down here. It was about 2,400 lumens. Yep, 2,407. And after 30 seconds, it had already dropped down to about 1,800. And at about that point, my hand felt like it was going to melt off and I could no longer touch the light. keeping in mind it's like 25 degrees Celsius here in Australia right now. And throw-wise, not exactly great. These Carco optics are pretty floody, but it does make the beam look pretty good. Look at the threads on this. Like, look at how nice that looks. I probably did shine them up a bit, but yeah. Anyway, I got a bit distracted there. 7,725 CDs, 5 meters. I measured it. So yeah, so these are awesome lights. Like, it does have a few little blemishes here, and you know, these FW3As did have a few issues with the tail cap and the battery, and my FW21 Pro does actually suffer from one of those problems. So they're not perfect, but as I said before, they should really be like pretty well fixed by now. So yeah, I guess we can take this light outside and get some beam shots. Alright guys, now we're outside for some beam shots with the FW3A. It's on endural ramp mode, so who knows what the output is right now. So we'll just ramp it up a little bit. It's got the 3 Nishia 219Cs, which are obviously 4000K 90 CRI. We'll move over to the yard now. It is actually a really bright light, you know, like over 2400 lumens, but it doesn't really handle the heat too well, being so small. So that's the highest RAM mode there. You can see very, very nice beam shots as per usual. This is, you know, you can expect this kind of output from the FW3A easily, because some of those little cells are good for about 10 amps. We'll double click now and you can see that's the output there. A lot of light, and a lot of nice light too. I'm quite surprised that it weighs 120 grams, but it gets so hot so quick. I know it's not copper, it's brass, and it doesn't handle heat quite as good as copper or aluminium, but considering it's 120 grams, it still gets like burningly hot very quick. And you guys can see it's stepping down now. The video is starting to look pretty grainy. It's getting pretty toasty. But if you live in a country that's got snow and it's not 25 degrees overnight, you should be able to get more runtime than me out of this. Alright, so to the left we got the FW3A on, and double click and that's its highest mode. And then to the right we're going to have the S21D on. So this has got the 519As to the left, and this has got the 219Cs. So I know that this this light here, the S21D, is only using the 8 amp driver, but it's probably pretty similar in output. I think I measured it at like 2800 lumens, not sure, but it's pretty similar. Wow, the FW3A is getting way too hot to hold now. It's burning my fingies. But look at these two beam shots together. The yard has never looked this good. Looks even better than the sun. Cool. One thing to notice about these Carco 10511 optics is this right now is the S21D on, is it's not as floody as this S21D. So yeah, this is still the S21D on. So yeah, you can see how much floodier this is. I'll just put the that's the FW3A there, and you can see it's not quite as floody. It's still a little bit more throwy. So yeah, different beam patterns there. Alright guys, that's been the review of the FW3A. It could have been a completely pointless review, maybe, maybe not, who knows. So if you're looking to get a FW3A, I'll leave a link in the description below. As I said, you know, they're very similar lights. Pretty much the same design, using shared parts or similar parts, and the build quality is going to be the same. Yeah, but just smaller. I'll also, if I can find one, leave a link to the FW3A if you're interested in getting one of these. Although they're old, they are really good lights, still output a lot of lumens, and they do look really nice, and they are small and compact and lightweight. Although my one is brass and it's not as light as the aluminium, it's still fairly light for its size, and it is small. As always guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.